I'm in studio with the group Logic.
What up?
What's good? What's good?
Okay, so tell me a little bit about Logic.
Probably want to say like around like 2000, 2003, 2002. You know, we came together as a group, as we like to go, you know, the groups of the 90s, the Mobb Deeps, the Smith and Wessons, the EPMDs and stuff like that. So we came together as a group, and we came up with the name Logic. Basically, you know, we wanted to influence our music. Basically, would be how people thought and stuff like that. Like,
What are some of your influences in the industry?
but you know, Nas, Run DMC, Bismarck. I mean, anybody that was dope from, you know, the late 80s on to the 90s. I mean, I came up in the era where, you know, you was listening to them tapes and, you know, the dude said a hot line, he like, yo, rewind that. You know, that was dope, you know.
It's more like a collage, just a collage of just talent and artistry and personality. Like, you know, you had, like you said, you had your Mobb Deep, and then, you know, you can't forget KRS-One, you know, Rakim, like, yo, 3 times dope, Slick Rick. Like, it's a collage and just a plethora of just so much talent and just greatness. Me in particular, like my favorite artist is Redman. A lot of the material, a lot of things they get to talking about is, you know, is relatable. You done seen it or, you know, experienced this, things like that.
Tell us about some of the equipment that you use. I see that you have, I see an MP over there. I see a MIDI keyboard. So talk to me about your process and your equipment.
Okay, so when I first started out doing beats, you know, somebody had a hookup on this thing right here, and this is, I still got this thing right here. This is my baby right here.
A lot of good memories with
So,
that right there.
this is a Roland MC 307 groove box, and that was like one of the first piece of hardware that I kind of started with. You know, I really didn't I didn't really know about drum patterns and stuff like that, but you know, I used to just play with it until, you know, I figured it out, or, you know, or ask people or whatever and stuff like that. So this was like one of my first like pieces of hardware. Okay. MC after the Roland, I started messing with Reasons, and but I still had, you know, the itch for, you know, hardware too. So I ended up copping an MPC, and one of the things I liked about the MPC was basically, you know, the hands-on. You know, that it made you feel like, all right, when you make a beat, when you make a track, you know, you actually, you know, doing something.
If you had to go with one and you couldn't use both, there's no hybrid. If you had to choose one piece of equipment that you had to ride with for the rest of production, would you choose between the software or the hardware?
I would go with the hardware. I would definitely go with the hardware. I done had my my MPC for like 8 years now, and you know, it's still some things I'm still learning on it. You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay. It seems like you're doing most of the production. So am I looking at a rap duo very similar to Mobb Deep, where you're doing the production and both of y'all are doing the rapping, or do you assist with any of the production? Or
So I like, yes, I do a lot of the song ideas, like, but I do get into production and engineering because I kind of know, it's like I just know how a song should sound. You know, I hear music, I'm like, all right, this is what I hear. And even if we don't hear the same things, yo, that's fine. We still can collaborate.
so it looks like a lot of the production happens here? Because I see the MP, I see the computer with reasons, I see studio monitors, I see MIDI keyboards. Where do you guys record?
You know, we under the stairs. That's how we keep it underground. Okay, that's the whole purpose of the basement. You know, we recorded when we first started out recording. We used to record in a 2-bedroom apartment or whatever. And then after I came here, you know, we set it up in the basement and stuff like that. And
we started on Pittman and Greenmount. Shout out to Major Noise. They was the first people who kind of banged with us for real. We started out off Pittman. They Major Noise, yo, they banged with us. We was, you know, we recorded our first music as a group together with them. We was grinding. We put out a mixtape. You know, we still learning the business of it. We still learning the music part and the business side of it. So we just was doing our thing. All we wanted to do was record.
As I understand it, you guys did something with Green Lantern.
I hadn't even had the beat finished. It was just like I just had I want to say probably like maybe the drums and the first sample to it. My man Tone came through and they listened to shit and like niggas is writing to the shit before the shit even done. Like once we came up with the chorus, once it was a rap. You know.
Okay, so I would really like to hear some of the stuff that you've done.
Okay, well, this one joint we play for you from mixtape, Additional Purpose. The track actually is
Celebrate weak niggas can't stand them. Make these cats go missing just like a box ring.
This the 88 boy, he's murder with no motive. This poison, no antidote, it's sick, Earl man ago. Dope blitz with potent quotes like Ramo with a spray can. Give me a mic and like John Crazy committing mayhem. It's lyrical cannibalism that know no bounds. At your doorstep like the messenger with conquer crowns. Say you walked in another place, now I'm in a sunny state. Cause I done trade places like Valentine. For heaven's sake, my tail still never laced.
So, for anybody who's watching and think that they need like this 10 or 15,000 or whatever to get a studio going and start recording, what would you say?
Well, it's all about the creativity. You know, I would tell people basically, it's not how much you spending on what you have, it's what you do with what you have. Because, you know, I've seen people, they spend $1,000 on equipment and they don't even know how to use it. Whereas you can have something that might cost you $100. I know one of the first programs I used to record only cost me $129, but I got great sounds out of it. So I would tell anybody, like, look, you know, do your research or whatever, work in your budget, and then just be creative with it.
Okay, so that's good. That's good info. So if you had to give a piece of advice to an up-and-coming rapper or producer that wanted to get into this game, what advice would you give them?
I would basically tell them, you know, if you feel strongly about it and you want to do it, you know, go for it. You know, at the end of the day, I can say I work with a lot of people that, you know, whether people hear them or not, you know, I had fun doing it.
Okay, so you heard it first from the group Logic, episode 4, Anatomy of a Hit. See y'all next week.